Learn about the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which lasted only 38 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War was fought between the United Kingdom and Zanzibar on the 27th of August 1896. The war lasted only 38 minutes, making it the shortest war in recorded history. The conflict began when Zanzibar's pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini died suddenly. The opposing faction, led by Khalid bin Bargash, seized power and threatened British interests. The British responded with an ultimatum, which was ignored, prompting a naval attack on Zanzibar. The war ended with Zanzibar's surrender, and Khalid bin Bargash fled to the German consulate for asylum. Listen to the harrowing last transmissions from pilots, including the final words of Captain Chesley Sullenberger before landing US Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River in 2009. In 2009, US Airways Flight 1549 took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport, bound for Charlotte, North Carolina. Just 3 minutes into the flight, the plane encountered a flock of geese, causing both engines to fail. Captain Chesley Sullenberger took control of the plane, and his calm and composed voice can be heard in the final transmission. Sullenberger's famous last words to air traffic control were, "We're going to be in the Hudson," before landing the plane safely. All 155 people on board survived the miracle on the Hudson, with only a few serious injuries reported. Discover how Oksana Chusovitina, a 41-year-old Uzbek gymnast, qualified for her 8th Olympic Games in 2020, defeating athletes half her age. Oksana Chusovitina is the oldest gymnast to ever qualify for the Olympic Games at 41 years old. She began her gymnastics career at age 7, training in the Soviet Union's rigorous program. Chusovitina won her first Olympic medal at the 1992 Barcelona Games, representing the unified team. After her son was diagnosed with leukemia, she continued competing to fund his medical treatment. At the 2020 Olympic Games, she qualified for the vault final, competing against athletes half her age. With 8 Olympic appearances, Chusovitina holds the record for most Olympic Games attended by a gymnast. Is lab-grown meat the solution to the world's food crisis? In 2013, the first lab-grown burger was created, costing $330,000 to produce. Lab-grown meat uses 95% less land, 78% less water, and 52% less energy than traditional farming. Cell-based meat production involves taking animal cells and multiplying them in a nutrient-rich broth. Companies like Memphis Meats and Just are already selling lab-grown meat products in select restaurants. Lab-grown meat can be tailored to have improved nutritional profiles, such as higher protein or lower fat content. By 2040, it's predicted that 60% of the world's meat will be lab-grown, reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 80%. Declassified CIA documents reveal a treasure trove of secret maps, from Cold War-era spy routes to clandestine military operations. The CIA's secret maps were once classified at the highest level, known only to a select few. One declassified map from 1967 reveals a network of CIA spy routes across the Soviet Union. The CIA's cartographers created custom maps for clandestine operations, including the Bay of Pigs invasion. Declassified documents show the CIA used maps to track Soviet submarine movements during the Cold War. The CIA's mapmakers also created 3D models of foreign cities to aid in covert operations. Today, many of these secret maps are available to the public, offering a rare glimpse into the world of espionage. Revisit the chilling last phone calls of the Titanic's passengers, including the distressing conversation between Captain Smith and the SS Californian's operator, just hours before the tragedy struck. The Titanic's last call for help was sent at 12:15 a.m. on the 15th of April 1912 in Morse code. The SS Californian, just 10 miles away, received the distress signal but didn't respond. Captain Smith's final words to the Californian's operator were, "Come at once, we are sinking." The Californian's operator, Cyril Firmstone Evans, went to bed instead of alerting his captain. The Titanic's crew sent out a total of 24 distress calls, but none were answered in time. The tragedy resulted in the loss of over 1,500 lives, with only 705 survivors rescued. At the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, 16-year-old gymnast Gabby Douglas won a gold medal in the women's team event, becoming one of the youngest Olympic champions in gymnastics history. Gabby Douglas was just 16 years old when she competed in the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. She was the first African-American gymnast to qualify for the Olympic team. Gabby's Olympic debut was a historic one, winning gold in the women's team event. This achievement made her one of the youngest Olympic champions in gymnastics history. Gabby's success was not limited to team events. She also won individual gold in the all-around competition. Douglas's historic wins earned her the nickname the Flying Squirrel and international recognition. Imagine a deadly disease sweeping through dinosaur populations, weakening their immune systems and making them vulnerable to other extinction factors. Mass dinosaur die-offs in the fossil record suggest a catastrophic event, like a disease epidemic, occurred repeatedly. Dinosaurs' immune systems were likely weakened by volcanic eruptions and climate change, making them more susceptible to disease. Fossil evidence shows many dinosaurs suffered from infections, tumors, and other diseases which could have been contagious. A single, highly infectious disease could have spread quickly among dinosaur populations due to their high density and mobility. The KPG extinction event, which wiped out the dinosaurs, coincided with a massive volcanic eruption which could have triggered a disease. Visit the abandoned town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, where a coal seam fire has been burning since 1962, causing toxic gases and smoke to permeate the air, and explore the remnants of a once thriving community. Centralia, Pennsylvania, was once a thriving coal mining town with over 1,000 residents. In 1962, a coal seam fire ignited beneath the town, releasing toxic gases and smoke into the air. Despite efforts to extinguish it, the fire continues to burn to this day, making Centralia uninhabitable. The fire has caused widespread damage, including sinkholes, subsidence, and contaminated water and soil. By the 1980 seconds, most residents had abandoned their homes, and in 2002, the US Postal Service revoked Centralia's zip code. Count down the top 5 deadliest sports in history, featuring gladiator games, jousting, and boxing, and learn about the mortality rates and risks associated with each sport, including the shocking statistic that 1 in 5 gladiators died in the arena. The ancient Olympic Games featured a deadly sport called pankration, a mix of wrestling and boxing. In the 18th century, boxing matches often lasted until one fighter was knocked out or died. Gladiators in ancient Rome had a 1 in 5 chance of dying in the arena, with over 10,000 deaths recorded. Jousting, a medieval sport, claimed the lives of many nobles, including a French king in 1559. Bullfighting, still practiced today, has a mortality rate of 1 death per 10,000 participants.